For 4 years, I believed I had a happy marriage. My wife and I had plans, real plans, the kind that couples dream about. We weren't just coasting, we were building something together, mapping out our future like architects of a life we both wanted. The biggest part of that dream? Children. She used to talk endlessly about the kids we would have. 2, maybe 3. We had names picked out, debated over nursery themes, and spent nights scrolling through baby clothes online, imagining the tiny hands and sleepy smiles we would one day hold. When we started trying, I thought it was the beginning of the next beautiful chapter. But after months of nothing, we saw a doctor, and that's when my world collapsed. It was me, low sperm count. The chances of us conceiving naturally were slim to none. It felt like someone had taken a sledgehammer to my chest. I had no words, only this deep, clawing sense of failure. My wife at first told me it didn't matter. She said we'd be okay, that she didn't need kids to be happy. But something about the way she said it felt wrong. She stopped talking about baby names. She stopped looking at nursery decor. It was as if, overnight, the future we'd planned had vanished, and with it, something inside her changed. She became distant, cold. The woman who once loved sitting up with me planning our future now barely spoke. Instead, she picked at me. My weight, my habits, how I wasn't doing enough. I tried to brush it off. I told myself that maybe she was just adjusting. Maybe she was grieving too. I had no idea she was already halfway out the door. One day, she told me she was taking a girls' trip. She'd done this before, so I didn't think twice. I even helped her pack, kissed her goodbye at the airport. Her last words before she left. "Thank you for being so supportive." It seemed strange at the time, but I let it go. I waited for her to land. 9 hours. No text, no call. At first I assumed she was tired, but as the hours turned into a full day of silence, a sick feeling crept into my stomach. I called her friends. They weren't on a trip. She never left with them. She had lied. I sat there, phone in hand, as the realization sunk in. My wife hadn't gone on vacation. She had left me. And she had planned it all. The first few weeks were a blur. I called her, texted, left messages, nothing. I barely functioned. Work suffered. I stopped eating. I couldn't sleep. Her family was as shocked as I was. Her mother took pity on me, even cooked for me when I couldn't bring myself to. Therapy saved me. It made me see that she had been gone long before she physically left. The coldness, the distance, it all made sense now, so I rebuilt, slowly. I went back to the gym. I cooked. I reconnected with friends, and for the first time in years, I was beginning to feel like myself again, until the day she showed up at my door. I opened the door to find her standing there, holding a baby. She smiled, as if she expected me to be happy. "Can I come in?" she asked. I didn't let her step inside. Instead, I crossed my arms and asked the only question that mattered. "Why?" She hesitated, then admitted the truth. She left because she wanted a child. She found someone who could give her one. And now that he was gone, she wanted me back. I laughed. I actually laughed. She tried everything, apologizing, crying, even guilt-tripping me about how hard being a single mother was. But I wasn't that broken man anymore. "You made your choice," I told her. "Now live with it." And then I shut the door in her face. She screamed, banged on the door, called me selfish. She even had the audacity to say she could have taken half of everything if she had divorced me back then. I didn't care. She tried sending her family after me, then her friends. They all had the same request. Give her another chance. I refused. I had spent years rebuilding the life she destroyed. I wasn't going to let her waltz back in just because it was convenient for her. She made her bed. And now she had to lie in it. And for the first time in years, I felt free. As she had hoped, I wasn't going to be the one to pick up the pieces. Nothing was going to pull me back into that chapter. I was finished. Ultimately, I believe I received the necessary closure. She was now coping with the repercussions of her decisions. And me, it was the first time since the day she departed that I felt completely, truly free. I had had enough of her looming over my life. I was happy that I had moved on, not in a grand addict sense, but simply contented, and what do you know, that was sufficient. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.